evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The Last Door. Well, in the last episode, we were just finishing episode 1, and we just discovered our friend had hung himself, and we are now off to the old boarding school in Scotland. So let's continue. Yeah, we need to click on episode 2. Okay. Let's just have a sum up of what just happened. I need to click. Jeremiah Devitt receives a mysterious letter from his childhood friend, Anthony Beechworth. I just hit skip, didn't I? Never mind. Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. We're now topless. This is a whip. Give us each day our daily bread. God. Forgive us our sins, for we ourselves forgive our debtors. Debtors? Oh. Ow. And lead us not into temptation. God's sake, but deliver us from evil. Why am I whipping this guy? Amen. Looks like we got a man who likes to whip himself. Now tell me, where are you? What do you see? A tree in black and white? Another tree? Lots of trees? Forest? A black silhouette of a man holding a lamp? Oh. Who is it? Is it Anthony? Answer me. The answer is probably yes. Totally just hallucinating, apparently. Tree. What is she doing? Get close to her. Get close to Anna. There's a baby trying. Oh god. Really do not like the sound of crying babies. It's like, ugh. When I count to 3, you'll wake up. 1, 2, 3. Now wake up! Wake up! Creepy crow. You can rest now, Mr Devitt. That will be enough for today. Are these sessions really necessary? I am confident that this is the best course of treatment for your symptoms. Now, did you ever see him again? I saw it. What did you see? Can you describe it? It looked like an eye. It was like an eye, perfectly rounded and dark, deep and empty, accompanied by the most horrifying, pain-filled screams I've ever heard. Inside, complete darkness, where an evil dwells deep below. A forgotten fear for human reasoning, but undoubtedly still rests deep inside our being. In my case, that fear has already awoken. I can understand why you are disturbed, Mr Devitt. With your permission, I would like to consult on your case with a colleague of mine, a man I've known for many years who is more versed in modern psychological practices. I think his knowledge and experience would be very helpful in enabling us to understand your condition. God, I'm terrible doing voices. If you think it would help, Doctor, I leave it in your hands. The agony grows increasingly unbearable, and if you believe this man can help, then I welcome his aid. Thank you, Dr. Wakefield. I bid you good evening. Anthony, my friend, what really happened to you? How could you let your wife Anna die so awfully? Those doubts consume my soul. I hardly remember the time we spent together as schoolmates. I confess that beyond your enduring friendship, I can recall little of those years. Were the words a result of an increasing loss of sanity? In your letter, you wrote that someone awaits me. A warning to warn me from the genuine danger, or merely the ravings of a brilliantly mind-addled man by insanity? Something stirs uneasily within my heart. I will not rest easy again until I go back to the boarding school and find out what secrets may lie within. Farewell, Mr. and Mrs. Beechworth. Rest now in peace. And here we are. Episode 2. Memories. And here we are. Have a nose. Wait, I'm going towards the building. There's a post box here. There we go. Quite an old, quite damaged mailbox. Let's go have a look. Might be some post. There's a postcard inside the mailbox. Take the postcard. Dear Matthew, it has been several months and still have heard no news from you. My brothers insist that you have abandoned me, but I am sure you remain true. I know that you would never do that to me, for I know your heart and your honesty from your eyes. I got this address from the hospital in London and pray that it reaches you safely. If that is the case, I want you to know that I will always be waiting for you. Forever yours, Juliet Holloway? I don't know. Names have never been my forte. The Angel Gabriel, the school's emblem. I remember it being very pristine, but now it looks neglected and dirty. What's this? The stone eagle lies on the floor. It appears to have broken off the fountain. Take a bit of stone, I guess. Let's go look at the door. You're not a boarding school person. Pardon. Excuse me, sister. Good evening, sister. Good evening. I'm Mother Elizabeth. What brings you here, Mr. Devitt? I'm a former student of this boarding school. As you can see, Mr. Devitt, this stopped being an academic institution a long time ago, and is now exclusively dedicated to prayer and the well-being of patients under our care. I see. Even so, may I please speak to Mr. Devitt? I'm afraid that we are too busy to start wasting time talking about past issues. In addition, there is little to say. We sisters arrived after the boarding school had closed down. Everybody but Monsignor, of course. Monsignor? Exactly. But you didn't answer my question. Why have you come to this place, Mr. Devitt? Let's say this place will help me remember. This place will help me remember my past. If you have a memory problem, I would recommend you go visit a doctor immediately and don't waste your time here. Let's try to fix this one. I guess it would be a good idea to visit the place again and perceive the passage of time. Perceive the passage of time? What are you talking about? To be honest, I prefer not to talk about it. I couldn't tell you why this place is so important for me, but it is a lot. Well, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Devitt. I'll allow you to stay around here. I hope I won't regret my decision. Don't worry, Mother. Thank you. take off my travelling cloak and hat. Let's go have a nose. We are in a... Among the packages we see a packed letters bound by twine. Doctor? I'm sorry, I'm not your doctor. Pay him no mind, he has been delirious for some days. I'm Miss Mary Vinge, and this is my brother Matthew. Juliet, what have you left me? Why don't you answer my letters? My letters! You see, this poor man is still obsessed with his fiancée. He won't accept that she left him months ago. My poor Matthew. I'm very sorry, Miss Vinge. I hope he recovers. Thank you. Try and give it to him. Mr. Vinge, I think a letter is addressed to you. Oh, thank you. Leave it with me if you'd be so kind. As you can see, my brother is too weak to read it. Well, Matthew, let's see who has written to you. Oh, it's a letter from my mother. Dear Matthew, I hope you are recovering. I wish that your beloved sister you come back home soon. Into the letters, because she's obviously hiding something. My letters! All the letters I wrote to dear Juliet! You never posted them, but why, Mary? Why would you do such a thing? How could you be so cruel? I had to do it, Matthew. You refused to see how inappropriate a match she is for you. Her only interest is in marrying into someone of your status, of our family status. It was for your sake I did this. I did it to protect you from the woman's treachery. No, you only thought about yourself, of your vanity. I cannot bear to look upon you any more, Mary. Leave me be. From this day forth, you are no sister of mine. You dare banish me? I, who have stayed by your side through your illness? Very well, Matthew. You have it your way. I will leave you, and then you will see how very alone you are. Farewell, brother. Thank you. Thanks be to the Lord that you came to reveal my sister's cruelty, sir. Please take this coin as a token of my appreciation. It's my lucky coin, though I hope it serves you better than it has myself. I have a coin on a string. Right. A magazine entitled Weird Tales. Is that personal? Are you alright, madam? There was a rhythmic sound, like breathing. What do you mean? It was last night. I felt an increasing pressure on my temples. Something dry and rough like tree bark brushed against my legs. I saw something on the wall, like a growing shadow. I lit the lamp, and there was nothing. I'm sure it was just a nightmare, madam. Creepy stuff? Not a good person. He is quite a pale young boy. He is asleep. Nurse. Please, someone, piety. I'm sorry, you cannot be here. Is there some way I can help? Don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will provide you with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there, next to the statue of Our Lady. Don't you think she is beautiful? The Virgin listens to those in need. The gloomy statue of the Virgin Mary makes this place even more mournful than it is possible. Picture of the Virgin Mary gazing at you, supposedly to portray the sympathy and compassion for you. However, she seems to look more pained and sorrowful here. Well, there's a door here. Let's go investigate. Let's see. I remember that we used to keep some textbooks here. Now, there is a music box. Okay, music box. Look at the music box. A music box probably belonged to one of the students. What we got? Dear brother, I have received your letter and I'll try to write to you more frequently. I hope you are studying a lot and feel comfortable there. We miss you a lot, then are coming back. Father is in bed with a fever and I do not feel very well, but I am on medication. Today is my birthday and I'm feeling blue. It's a quite boring Quite a boring Sunday in the village. My mum is going to cook a lemon cake like those Grandma used to make. I wish we could eat it together. Right back soon. I'm looking forward to knowing how you are doing and what you are learning. How is Scotland? And so on. A big hug, and I think about you a lot. Your dear sister. Let's have a look at this one. January 15th, 1876. Father Ernest seemed unusually troubled today. Several times he paused abruptly in the middle of a lecture for no reason, even during his favourite class, theology. January 18th, 1876. Today, Father Ernest was very irritable. Collins made a comment and was expelled from the class for it, and even Devitt was admonished just for reading a philosophy textbook. I hope Father Ernest doesn't turn his ire towards me. My father will be disappointed if I fail to get good marks. 21st. January 21st. It was very disconcerting to see Father Ernest entering the class so pale and sweaty. In the middle of his lecture he stumbled, dazed, and had to sit down. 22nd. Father Eugene taught our theology class today, even though he doesn't know the subject matter as well as Father Ernest. When we asked him what happened to Father Ernest, Father Eugene told us that he had been taken ill. What worries me now, though, is Father Eugene is starting to look well. It has been a month since we last saw Father Ernest. We are told that he's still sick, but if he is so ill, then why hasn't a physician come to treat him? My studies are flagging, but I have taken it upon myself to read on my own. I hope this helps, as I must succeed in spite of the problems happening around us. 23rd of February. It was announced this morning that the school is to close. None of us know why, and we cannot get a straight answer from the faculty. They each dodged the question, and I'm starting to think that they may not know the answer themselves. Their anxiety is palpable, though they try to hide it behind their calm face. But what about Father Ernest? I hear he alone is to remain after we vacate the premises. There's a picture in the diary. It's a photograph of my graduating class. I see myself, Father Ernest, and Anthony. I do not remember the other names of people. One face has been completely scratched out. There's an odd sentence written on the board. In death there is hope, in death there is life. One must seek its true nature to understand the nothing. It looks like it's been there for years, as the chalk has faded in some places. Oh. Let's have a look. Go this way then. Unlock the door. Oh, that's a coffin. A locked wood coffin, badly finished. It seems whoever made it was in a bit of a rush to finish. And we have a gravedigger by the look of it. Good evening. I hope you're alright. This turns out to be, indeed, a good evening. My name is Devitt. I do not know there was a graveyard here. My pleasure, Mr Devitt. I am Frank Baldwin. Do not ask me why, but Monsignor specifically ordered to bury the corpses here. Why? I don't understand. Did he order to bury corpses here? Why? I do not understand. What is there to understand, Mr Devitt? God has forsaken this place. Excuse the interruption, Mr Baldwin. I'll leave you to your work. Have a nice evening. Look at the graves. The small group of graves has been haphazardly arranged. There's the guy digging a grave. It's this way then. Beach. What's this? Piece of old fishing net. Well, French game. Pick it up, pocket it. What's this? Many years adrift has perfectly smoothed out this flotsam into a small log. I have a log now. Right, what's this? The Lost Pilgrim, a sea stack older students at the school used to climb. Somewhere up there are my initials. Also looks a bit like that weird like tower thing from Call of Cthulhu. Not Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth. Yeah, I've read that bit. Come on. Oh, Mr Devitt, we have stuff to do. Right. Let's head upstairs then. Piety! What's this? A picture of Saint Camillus de Lee, patron saint of the sick, hospitals and nurses. He seems to have forsaken this place. Don't think I can go this way yet. Mr Devitt, you are not allowed to get in there. Oh, fine. I'll go upstairs then. An old tapestry of the Virgin Mary with baby Jesus in her arms. Look. An old nun, apparently. A syringe next to a flask with a label that reads morphine. Probably need to talk to the nun. Should take something in front of her. Good evening, sister. Sister? All this suffering, all these tears, all our prayers unanswered. What do you mean, sister? All these years, entrusted to the Lord, praying, looking for a sign, for something that gives me strength. Every day I hear them cry, pray, scream and die. And what for? Where are you, Lord? Why don't you answer me? Lord works in mysterious ways, sister. Certainly yes, but I don't ask for much, just something to go on the path I follow. I can't go on like this, excuse me, sir. Well, the upper shelf of the antique cupboard, all rolled Bible rosary beads covered dust. Okay. Well, looks like we need to find something to help the, don't really need to, no. We need to find something to help the, nurse. Fake tapestry of Christ. Another tapestry, though I remember from my school days that the student dormitory was there. Oh, didn't know in there. There's a puddle in the shower hole with something shining under the grating. Can't see it properly. A broken mirror. There's a piece protruding. So, let's get a piece of glass. The mirror is too thick to pin to the wood and also seems fragile. I could break it with force. There is a more. Right, I need to remember how to do this. Just a couple of old towels. If I open the tap, the shiny object will be carried away in the stream of water. Right, I think I need to use the net on like the drainage pipe outside when I can find it, and that should catch the shiny object. Let's go outside again. Come on, Jeremiah. Right, where's the water drain now? Oh, we need to move the nun to get to the thing, if I remember right. I don't know how to give her a sign though. What do I do? Right. Oh, I think I do this. Oh, what a beautiful melody. It reminds me of my youth when I was vibrant and full of purpose. I knew my path then. Oh, may God bless you. You have given me the sign I was looking for. Well, that fix that. Oh, we can't pitch the morphine apparently. That sucks. Aha! Here we go. That's what I was looking for. A lot of dried leaves have accumulated in the hole in this rusty pipe. They're blocking the water stream. I think that would be useless. I know we need to use that. No. No, not the music box. The dried leaves. Need to clean out the leaves. Oh, I can just click on it. Right, now I can put the nail on it. There we go. I blunted the sharp edge of the pipe. Now there's no need to fear getting cut. There we go. Put the net up. The net should catch anything coming down the pipe. Right, to the to in here. Right, time to turn on the tap. Better go check my net. Hopefully it's got the, caught the thing, and we'll be see what that shiny object is. Let's go stick our head out the window again. So grab this. And that is called a shiny object. And we have found teardrop. It's a glass tear, probably once belonged to a piece of jewellery. Well, we know there's a certain statue, and we know there's a certain nun not being particularly helpful to a poor gentleman. Don't get me wrong, she's probably trying her hardest, but there's only so much you can do. I've placed the glass tear in the hollow of the Virgin's cheek. It seems to fit perfectly. Talk to the nun. Please, someone, piety. I already told you that you cannot be here. But don't worry about it, sir. The Lord looks after each and every one of our patients. He will be providing with all the help you need. If you wish, you can pray there next to our statue of the lady. The Virgins listen to her needs. It's real tear. If only I can make it shine. Oh, our mother is crying. Oh my lord, what does it mean? What have I done? What have we done? Right, now we can talk to the poor sick man, because we don't have a nun flopping over our head. You must help me. What can I do? What's wrong with you? There is little time. I tell them about my pain. I describe the unbearable and endless pain. Yet they do not listen. They pass me by without even looking at me. They say that they're praying for me, but it doesn't cure my ailment. But, sir, I know, but I beseech you, oh, you will be saving me from a horrible torture. I will be eternally indebted to you. I understand. Your request is terribly hard for me. I guess I could find the courage to help you. I understand the magnitude of what you are asking. God bless you, sir. Do not know how much you show my gratitude. What I need you to do is, without the nuns noticing, to try and get an amount of morphine enough so that I can embrace by the deepest of my dreams and in that way stop the rhythm of my heart. Well, we know where some morphine is. Looks like we're going to go help a guy kill himself, which is going to be interesting. Right, we'll go get the morphine. Oh. She's too busy praying, so we just pinch the morphine. What the? There's a note on the bed. What is it? Baldwin lies, Baldwin lies, Baldwin lies, Baldwin lies. Yeah, we get the idea. Baldwin lies. So... Baldwin, I guess. Noises come from inside the coffin. What in the heavens? Try that on it. Use the lever in the coffin. A grave recently dug. Right, we need something to open the grave with. That's what would. Right. Tell me about Monsignor. Can't rightly say. After all these years, I've never seen the man. Who knows? Maybe he doesn't even not exist. Have a nice evening. I need to... Looks like he has a toolbox. I wonder if there's something useful in it. Might be able to take it if we keep him distracted. Tell me about this place. Well, the construction of the building was ordered by Episcopal Bishop Aberdeen in 1805. Talk about Mother Elizabeth. She's pretty strict. I can tell you not that much, Mr Devitt. Do not think she's very much, either. Let's talk about Aberdeen. Tell me about Aberdeen. Well, that's the place where I was born and raised. One of the biggest cities in Scotland. I can't do a Scottish accent, so I'm not going to try. Boink. Pinch a toe, just walk off. Something saying high city. Just pinch someone's stuff and use it all. Coffin. Oh, God. The darkness of his eye. Body is petrified. His body is petrified. He looks like sheer terror in his eyes. Oh my God. What has happened? Talk to me. Mother Elizabeth was trying to make him come to his senses. Well, as much as it's a horrible way of doing it, at least that door is now no longer blocked. Let's go this way then. What's this? A large, bright, ornate key. Don't mind if I do. Ah, well, we'll use the key on the lock. The open door. Whoa. We be tripping, yo. Don't look into his eyes. Whose eyes? Because the deepest darkness dwells in his eyes. What? Come in, my son. Did you think you could hide these books from me? They're just classic philosophy books, Father. Plato and Aristotle. Silence. Instruments of falsehood, you mean. Fallacies coming from the snake. Now, son, get on your knees and raise your arms. Apologize to the Lord. Pray to the Lord. Well, that's caning. Fun. What? It's Latin. Malum in se, evil in itself. A strange eye shaped. Yeah, I can't speak hardly any Latin, so poor pronunciations will be occurring. Eye of the bird. What does that mean? Bloody. Whatever. Not scared. Lord, your eyes burn me. I don't deserve mercy nor forgiveness. O Lord, have mercy on my soul. Who are you sending me? Is death to whom you are handing me over? Has my hourglass already run out of sand? Father Ernest? Ernest? I haven't heard this in many years. I've last heard my name since... Oh, I see. Father, I'm here to be able to remember you. You have to help me, I beg you. Pleas, entreaties, petitions, praying, torment, exemption, past times bring us just misfortune and pain. Father Ernest, I was one of your students. One of my old students, you say? It's only the Lord who teaches us. We all must follow his ordinances and discipline. Get closer, son. Come pray next to me. Look. A creepy image of Christ crucified. Inexplicably, it has a dark cloth covering his head. A makeshift altar coated in a dense layer of wax. The candles, having almost burnt out, only barely illuminate the room. He has a large burn covering his eyes. He is completely blind. Despite his decrepitude, extreme thinness and paleness, I can still recognize Father Ernest. He seems far away, like in another world. Glory be to Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. Now, my son, tell the Lord, which sound is his voice, the sharp sword, the wide quill, or the delicate pattern. The wise quill. No, no, no! You are enveloped by sin. Now tell the Lord which... Why the wise virtue, the endless bane, or the blessed penance? Oh god. It's all in the other room. Oh god. Right. To the other room, because I've forgotten what it said. It was on the chalkboard. Okay, quick run. Can I use them? No. Never mind. Right, what did the chalkboard say? I've forgotten. Death there is hope, and death there is life. One must seek. Sure, there's something else I'm missing. These books and shelves are all musty theology dominant subject. Sure, I'm missing something. I think I get a razor from him, so I need to go. What's this? Papers on which my list was working on. Scratch marks in his stomach. Wow. Elbowbore. Paracelia. A clear expression of terror on the patient's paralysed face was found on the time of death. Elim Benzies. Cause of death Masmo. We found the patient dead, exhumated and paleness in the body. Theodore Harding, typhoid fever. The patient suffered severe hallucination minutes before death. Screamed and shook until his opiates started to take effect. Leanne Ashdown. Tuberculosis. During the autopsies, we found strange black marks in his fingers. Cloud Harris, cause of death unknown. He died while he was asleep. Nora Dunstan, respiratory arrest, blank on the notes. Ellen Blair, morphine overdose, patient committed suicide. The patient did not seem to have depressive symptoms or suicidal tendencies. Despite being blind, he preserves a good hearing. Okay. Dear God in heaven, I feel you. Your light in my eyes, I will burn them for you. Dear God in heaven, I feel myself in your eyes. You're in my soul, I'll burn it for you. So sword, blame. Eyes. Light in eyes. Eyes are my soul. Sword and blame. Let's keep going. We've got a lovely blood-covered razor. Put the German in there. Use the wooden stump to the handle. I can use this to cut. Well, we have a tapestry upstairs that's in the way. So, let's go get it. Just slice it open. Button tool on there. So, in we go. Flashback. And finally, our expert in philosophy, Mr Devitt, shows up. Where were you, my friend? We have been looking for you. Well, as I was saying, tonight is the perfect moment for our next meeting. But I suspect that someone outside our group is secretly surveilling us. Who is it, Anthony? Our dear friend. It is Professor Glynn. You mean Father Ernest? Certainly. No doubt about it. Therefore, dear colleagues, I have decided to change the venue of tonight's meeting. Have you noticed the lounge behind the small door in the classroom? I have believed convenient to borrow the key for our necessities. You already know, at 12 o'clock you will find the door opened, and I'll be inside the lounge. That is it, my dearest colleagues. Vida and Quisgate. Vida and Quisgate. I said don't be Latin, very terrible Latin. I remember that this furniture we used to keep some personal belongings in. Now it's empty. The walls are completely in disarray. I could probably punch through it if I tried. Won't let me try. That's just sad. There's a mirror. A dusty mirror. There was something else to look at. Bed. I remember this was the bed where I used to sleep when I was a student here. Let's have a sleep. We be tripping balls. Mr. Rabbit was jumping through the forest on a warm spring afternoon. I thought we could pick up the candle. Never mind. You have some weird dreams, I'm just saying. When, through a brush, Mr. Rabbit ran into Mr. Wolf, Mr. Vulture, and Mrs. Snake, who were having a heated argument. Okay? Mr. Rabbit, curious, asked them, Dearest, why are you arguing in this beautiful and cheerful spring afternoon? Mr. Wolf answered politely, We are trying to decide here is who of us will have the pleasure of eating you up. That's predators lovely. Mr. Rabbit, really scared, said, But I do not want to be eaten. I want to live. There we go. There it is. To which Mrs. Snake answered, smiling, That is impossible to happen. Mr. Rabbit, since we all, both you and us, are going to die sooner or later, don't you think so? There'd be blood. Another creepy stuff. Mr. Vulture added, Mrs. Snake is right. We should stick to the issue at hand. It is getting late, and as you can see, we do not agree. What do you want to help us decide, Mr. Rabbit? Who would you suggest as the one to eat you? After thinking about it for a while, Mr. Rabbit came up with an idea and carefully said, I got it. Why not organise a race? The first who arrives at the forest clearing will have a privilege to eat me. No doubt Mr. Wolf can run at high speeds, but Mr. Vulture can go fly and avoid the obstacles, and I'm sure Mrs. Snake knows all the shortcuts within the forest. What do you think? They're corpses. 3 predators agreed that it was fair, so they started the race. They quickly disappeared. There's people in the windows. Just said. Mr. Rabbit, happy to trick them, started running at high speed in the opposite direction of the predators, who, eager to prove their worth, didn't realise the trick. There's still papers. This isn't the end of the story. Mr. Rabbit was far away from there, and he finally felt safe, happy and proud of his cunning, but suddenly there was a loud bang. The earth shook, frightened birds flew away, and everything went dark. Oh. They're creepy. An impossible love. There is something I kept to myself for a long time. And the thing is that I love you, and I always have, always loved you. Since the first time I saw you, since the first time I felt your frozen hands. Each time I move away from I miss your glassy, empty, dead eyes. This is illegal, mate. That's just, oh god. I miss your rough hair, your grey skin, and your stench. This is necrophilia. It's just, oh god, this is horrible. But our love just cannot be. Yes, she's dead. Oh god. It's an impossible love. I thought he just taxi-dummied her for a minute. God. No, not again. How long have I been sleeping? What's all that about? In that nightmare, I found a place in my memories. Well, looks like I think we need to go down to the old classroom. Oh, everyone's still here. Looks like also still haven't got that guy off the floor outside. Yes, there we go. My distant reminder, I was brought to this spot. So move the rug. There's the trapdoor. This is the trapdoor I saw in my nightmare. Move the trapdoor, go down the hole. From here sprouts a horrible stench. There's something down there. Then again explore. Oh god. Did you see? Did you see? It was there, just in front of me. That thing. It was screaming. He shakes uncontrollably, his body weak with pain. There's only one way to end his suffering. Oh, God, no. Rest in peace. God. The stretchers you used to carry the corpses here. Who is behind all this? God. What corpses? Must have been dead for at least a week. He's still bearing an expression of horror. This is a lot of corpses. The decayed corpse of a young woman. It seems as if she had been devoured by an animal. God. The walls are splattered with dry blood. Flashback. Punctual as always, Devitt. Now all that remains is to introduce our guest. You may now come in, Professor. Father Ernest? Don't worry, my friend. I invited him to join us this evening. The procession genuinely shares our curiosity, and who better to complete our group than one of the most renowned theologists? Moreover, we mustn't ban those who are willing to explore beyond the veil. The moment we have long awaited has now arrived. Please, all of you, take a seat, and we shall begin the procedure. Soon shall the door be open, and then we can finally see what lies behind, or beyond. I can now ask that you close your eyes, and we will feel a momentary prick as I inject you with the serum. Don't let ladies and gents, don't let strange people inject you with strange liquids. Even after all these years, I have not forgotten your voice. You are the fourth witness. I remembered now what happened. What it is that I saw. The eye of the bird. Malanisi. What happened to us? What is it that we witnessed? You must tell me. You must make me understand what my mind cannot fathom. It was our curiosity that damned us. We opened that which should not have been opened. In doing so, we shorn the veil that separates our world from his. In seeking vision, we ourselves seen by the eye of the bird. It remembers us. It looks for us. It calls for us from the dark of its nest. From its abominable lair. All these years I have attempted to return to it, but I have no strength left. These poor, wretched creatures are far too fragile. They lack the slight sight of return. Not one of them has. Only us, the four witnesses. Who are the other two? Where are they? They disappeared as you did. I haven't heard from any of you. But I was seized by curiosity, and it was absconded with my faith and deprived me of my sanity. O Lord, forgive me, for I have sinned. Nothing remains. All that is left to surrender. Surrender to him. Gravely we sinned, and now our only absolution is to burn in the flames. He just... Oh God, he set himself out. Malum. Malum. In. See. And we just got whacked over the head with a hammer. Oh. God. Oh dear. We're being buried alive. God. Horrifying. Ugh. Oh God. We buried there. The adventure continues in episode 3. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of episode 2. We have discovered that we opened the veil, which we shouldn't have. The father set himself on fire, and we're buried alive. So, until next time, we will see what's going to happen, since we are kind of stuck in a coffin underground. Well, till next time,